It's been nearly 9 months since we've been able to gather as a community for any kind of in-person activity and in-person worship here at Cathedral of Hope, and we have not spent that time doing nothing. Yes, everything that we would usually do here at Cathedral of Hope has continued, with the exception of our in-person worship. And so with the board of directors, the development team, and the building and grounds, we took this time to think about and to re-envision our sanctuary. Now, I know that some of you will not like all of the decisions, and others of you will like some, and many of you will like all of the changes that are being made currently to our sanctuary. But more than just our sanctuary, to the narthex and to the welcome, and to create an opportunity for us to gather safely in this COVID-19 season. So I'm going to turn it over to the development team so that they can give you a glimpse of Operation Faithlift and an invitation for you to be involved. Please get excited with me that we can gather again safely as soon as possible because of many of these changes. And in the future, we'll be able to use our sanctuary in new, exciting, and diverse ways because of the vision that has been placed before us.
I am Katrina Wallenberg, Chair of the Development Committee, and welcome to Project Faithlift. Almost 2 years ago, Reverend Neal asked his worship team, staff, and members of the congregation how they wished most to celebrate our 2020 golden anniversary. 50 years of history need to be honored. The resounding favorite was to renovate and repair the interior of our church. In June, the Development Committee began to meet individually and then in small groups with thought and financial leaders to present the proposed project to them. Tours of the sanctuary, narthex, and fellowship hall were eye-opening, as few of us get to walk through these rooms without our attention being diverted by worship, friends, and conversation. In these quiet and empty rooms, it is easy to see chipped marble, cracked walls, taped electrical outlets that are no longer in use, peeled paint, stained pews, and lighting that is outdated. Building and Grounds and the development committees had hoped to share this presentation with you on March 14th at our town hall meeting. Life took a very different direction. But here we are today to showcase this anniversary project and to ask for your participation. I turn to Development Director Jerry Callum to lead us through this vision.
Thank you for joining us today for this explanation of Project Faithlift and for your continued connection and giving to our church. As Katrina said, we started with this project over a year ago. So our mission was to celebrate our 50th anniversary. We were going to refresh the sanctuary, the fellowship hall, the narthex, and to create a space that was far more flexible and updated. Again, this plan came out of 5 years of work of Building and Grounds. Now, we were going to introduce this plan towards the beginning of March. Of course, we had the shutdown of COVID. What we did for the next 3 months is we started listening. We started talking a bit about this plan and seeing what people's needs were just at the time we were having to envision changes in the sanctuary for COVID. So that's where our priorities changed a bit. Seating, where I ended, right? Seating was important before, but it was clear with the changes of COVID coming through that seating would be far more important for us to get open. With that, I want to introduce Vicki Saulnier, the Vice Chair of the Development Committee.
Project Faithlift is not only a way for us to return to our church home in a safe, clean, and vibrant way, it is also an investment in our future. Because the weekly giving is short of budget expectations from not passing the plate, we ask that if you contemplate giving to Project Faithlift, that it not affect your pledge or regular tithing. We also promised that no section of the project would commence until we had the money in the bank. That's why there's a sense of urgency. While the church is not open for services, we can realize a tremendous cost savings. We are the church, and for the love of our church home, we ask you to consider making a donation to Project Faithlift in whatever amount. You can do this by going to cathedralofhope.com/give or logging into Realm, going to the Make a Gift tab and selecting Project Faithlift at the bottom of the dropdown. Or you can send in a check noting Project Faithlift, or renovations. Thank you in advance for your generosity.